I make around $40,000 to $50,000 every single month recurring by selling AI websites and other AI services to local service-based companies. If you look it up on Google, website agencies charge typically between $2,000 and $100,000 per website. And the great part is that you can actually make it with AI, but you have been lied to. You've probably seen so many people say, hey, sell AI websites, just copy and paste the Google information into Claude or ChatGPT. And this doesn't really work anymore because these websites are really basic and really simple. So you can just type it into Claude, make me a website for XYZ niche, and then put their URL and say, hey, scrape their Instagram, scrape their website. You really can't charge that much because now there's a lot more competition. And at most you can charge like $100, maybe $300 for this kind of website. Now you can up the ticket, right? And this is a low ticket website. Now you can actually charge a little bit more, $300 to $600 to $1,000 for a website by doing a little bit extra stuff. So number one is you can scrape JSON files of competitors, right? See exactly what's working for them, what's getting leads, what's converting best, and then you can take that, download it, make it a JSON file, upload those to Claude, as well as using Nano Banana Pro to generate images or just getting content from your actual client. And then you can throw that into Claude or any type of AI and it'll make a website. Now, again, you can only really charge around $1,000 at most for this. And usually that would be an upfront fee. And then the retainer would be something smaller, like $500 per month. Today, I'm going to show you a system on how you can actually do a little bit more with a different software called Go High Level. So I'm first going to show you how to make a website with Claude, just like this, if you want to get into it. But with this system, you can make a lot more money and you can actually charge anywhere upwards 2 to 5K. The way you do this is, again, by scraping the JSON file, generating images, but now you can also set up their backend automations that are automatically linked to this website. So for example, if a lead fills out a form on the website, they're going to get follow-up text, or they're going to have an AI dialer call them, or you can have reactivation campaigns, right? So for example, people that fill out the website that want to work with this company, but they don't actually buy anything, you can send them a message 60 days later, 90 days later, and set up all these automations. You can have a calendar automatically booked in. You can organize leads. You can have a pipeline. You can have leads that can buy through the website directly. And now this provides a lot more opportunity for your client because it's not just a pretty looking website that people can look at. It's actually functional and can make them more money. And not just, hey, call our company. They can literally pay on the website. They can book a call. They can be organized as leads and they can be followed up with. And today I'm going to show you how to do exactly this so you can charge $5,000 per month for the websites. So the way we do this is literally go to the Facebook ad library. And I know this sounds a little bit strange for a website, but just listen up. So let's say we want to make a website for a bathroom remodeling company. So I'm going to look up bathroom remodeling. I'm going to look this up and I'm just going to wait for something to load. There you go. So I'm going to find a couple companies. So right here, SK Houston Construction, I'm going to open that up. Handyman Home Remodeling, I'm going to open that up as well. Baths R Us. Now I have 3 separate companies right here. What we're going to do is go to their websites because they're running ads to the website, which means the websites are generally doing good. So this website, it's not really the best. It is optimized for conversion. I can already tell, specifically Google Ads, but it's not really optimized for other stuff. So let's check out this website instead. Handyman Home. And this website, absolutely horrible. So we'll go to the last website and check it out. bathsrus.com. Pretty much go on here. I feel like this one's going to be nice. Yeah, and this website is actually much nicer. Again, we can definitely make this better with AI, but the reason we want to find these websites is just to see what's working for them, right? Because they're running ads, which means they're making money, which means their website has to be converting. So what we do is we can actually copy this URL. So what we're going to do is paste the website right here into Firecrawl. And what we can do is select Markdown and branding, because Markdown is pretty much all the pages, all the sublinks, and then branding is the color scheme. And then we're going to click start scraping. And what it's going to do is going to scrape this entire website page by page, tell us exactly how to set it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to paste this into some kind of AI builder. So usually Claude, but you can also use the Go High Level builder, which I actually recommend better because you can have specific landing pages and you can integrate it with a bunch of other systems. So you can charge 5K instead of 1 or 2K, which I'll show you in just a second. So now we have all information. I'm just going to copy the Markdown. I'm going to copy the branding. And then what you're going to do is just go back into Claude. I've already pasted them in, and you're going to say, make me a website that's similar to this, but optimized for conversions, specifically for cold traffic. So the next thing you want to do is actually put in the branding and the color scheme of your company. So I'm just going to find a random company online. So I'm going to look up bathroom remodeling. We're going to find one right here near me, one with a bad website. So let's see their website. Okay, so their website is not the best right here. So I'm just going to copy their logo. I'm going to paste it into here, and I'm going to actually scrape this website as well for their branding. Just paste that in and then get all the branding information from it. So we're just going to give it a second and it should load everything. So now that it's loaded, I'm going to take this branding, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go back to Claude and paste it in. And I'm going to say, here is all the branding I want you to use. Use the format of the first website, but make it more modern. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm literally just going to let this run, and it should make a beautiful website. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take this, and I'm just going to show you what you can do with the Go High Level AI Studio, where you can actually build much better websites, and it's also completely free if you're on their subscription, which most agencies already do have. If you don't, you can click my link down below for an extended trial. I'm also going to paste in the logo right here, and I'm also going to throw in the actual prompt. I'm just going to upload it in docs format or PDF format, whatever it lets me. Okay, it does not let me, so I'm going to try again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this actual markdown right here, just the main part, because we cannot fit the entire thing. So I'm going to go up to here. I'm going to copy this, put it into here, paste that in, and I'm just going to delete it because we can't put in the entire prompt. So I'm going to go a little bit higher, just delete all this stuff until I can fit the entire thing. Okay. And then I'm literally just going to send this and see what we get. Now we're building in a Claude. It's probably going to take a little bit. Sometimes I like to use Opus 2.7 since it is better. I also generally like to use Claude Cowork because it is better, but I'm just going to let this run through normal Claude AI. Now I'm also going to let this run right here. This is very similar to Lovable, but now I'm going to show you what you can actually do in Go High Level to sell this for 5K. So for example, for this client, we have 25 leads. We have a specific funnel right here that we built out for the client. So we are running their ads as well, but let's say the ads are coming in, we get new leads right here. And by the way, if you are selling ads, you can sell this for even more. And I make all the ads with AI, by the way, but let's say a new lead comes in, we built out this funnel where we either send them an offer, and if they go into this section, they automatically get messaged and called. And then if they don't respond, we put them into follow-up, which sends them a bunch of texts and emails. Then it goes automatically to follow-up 2, and then it goes automatically up to follow 3, and then it stops if they respond on any section. And then they either book a job or they, we lost the client. And then what it's going to do right here is if they don't respond in 60 days, it actually sends them a message. And this way you can actually track the bookings way better. And right now we have these specific bookings, and what we're going to do, since this is kind of a new client, we can take these, and eventually if they're happy, we're going to put into job complete whenever the job is complete, and then we're going to pitch reoccurring, and then again they're going to be followed up over the span of 90 days. That's just the actual funnel. Now you can also take payments and Go High Level for your client. You can set up that entire thing. You can set up a calendar booking link, very similar to Calendly. Now the craziest part is automations. So every time an opportunity moves in the pipeline, they're going to get specific emails, they're going to get specific texts. So as you can see in follow-up 1, there's 20 people enrolled, and they're going to get a bunch of emails and texts. So we can literally just open this up right now and I can show you. So they're going to get an SMS, and then after that they're going to get an email if they don't respond. If they do respond, it's going to send a notification to the business owner, and then again, if they still don't respond, they're going to get a voicemail that sends to them that the owner pre-recorded and sent to us. And we have this set up for every single section of the follow-up. This way you can genuinely provide so much more value for your clients, especially if you are running their ads. And I use Higgsfield personally to actually make the ads, and that's how I set up the entire funnel. Now Claude did finish the website, and this looks a lot more clean. This has an actual layout, a specific theme. Obviously the logo is not loading, but if we look right here, okay, so this is still being built, but as you can see, it has everything. This is optimized for cold traffic. That's why it has this big bar right here. But if you want it modern, you can make it modern. It also has other pages for everything, free quote. So if let's say you don't like the style, or the client doesn't like the style, and I like the style because it doesn't look like AI. You see, this is actually really clean. I'm just going to say make it more modern style, use fonts like SF Pro. Now, I'm going to show you how to actually make images, because you can see there's no images right here at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Higgsfield, or you can just use Nano Banana Pro, whatever you want in Gemini, but I'm just going to use Higgsfield because I do have the subscription. As you can see, I have Higgsfield open. And by the way, if you are interested more about this entire business model, because how we do it is we run ads, we build out the website, and we do the CRM, and that's how we can charge 3 to 5K, right? This is an example of an ad we made. I literally took another ad, I uploaded a video of, or I uploaded a photo of a Lamborghini, and we're able to change the entire thing out, and now we have a beautiful ad to actually run. And this is how we do it completely for all of our clients. We can just completely outcompete the entire market and find winning creatives faster than anyone else, and that's why this agency model works so well. But for the actual images that we're going to use for the website, let's just find some references. So I'm just going to again look up bathroom remodeling, go to images, and I'm going to try to find authentic iPhone looking pictures. So a good way to do this is literally going on Pinterest. So if we go on Pinterest, we can definitely find some. So I just looked up bathroom remodeling on Pinterest, and now we're getting authentic UGC style photos, and these are going to be perfect references. So I'm just going to open up a few of these so we can get actual images for the website. So I like this one right here. Let's go back to this Pinterest page. This one looks organic too. This one looks organic as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm literally going to just throw it into Higgsfield right here, paste that in, and give it a few different references. And again, you could just do this with Gemini yourself. I highly recommend Nano Banana Pro because it's the most like authentic UGC looking style. A lot of the other styles, they just don't look like real. You can kind of tell that it's AI. So what I'm going to do is I am going to paste these in, and I'm going to say, generate me an image of a modern bathroom UGC iPhone style picture. Use the layout of the first pic, but make it modern like the third picture I provided. You actually don't even need the second picture. I'm just going to delete that. And then I'm just going to generate a bunch of these, and you can make them 4K, which is pretty crazy. But I'm going to generate a bunch of these because it's going to be slightly different variations. And I could just swap out the images to whatever we like. So this is modern. I'm going to take this. I'm going to paste this in right here, delete this image, and then I'm going to generate again once this loads, and it should give us some really nice UGC style photos that we can use, number one, as ads, and number two, for the actual websites. So Go High Level just finished, and some of the UGC photos already done, and I just want to show you we can also make construction photos. So the glass is a little bit messed up, but as you can see, you can even make like construction, like the cardboard is under the glass. This one looks a little bit more real. It's 2K, so the quality is really good, and it's like iPhone UGC style. This one here, I would say, looks the most realistic. This one, things are a little bit too perfect, but this also looks really nice. And these are all AI generated, right? They're not real. This is the reference, as you could see. I guess there's supposed to be like a strange gap in the middle, but as you can see, this right here, absolutely beautiful. This right here, again, absolutely beautiful. These are all AI. If the client doesn't have any photos, you can use it with AI. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that into the website that we just created. So I'm probably going to pick my favorite ones. I like this one. I also like this one, just to show, actually that's too similar. I like this one right here. Copy, paste that in. I think we'll do a couple more right here. And it's crazy. Look at this. It even got the mirror. That is insane. And actually the angle of this right here is like perfect, exactly how it should be. That is actually insane. Now I'm going to take this one right here as well, just to have a construction one, paste that in, and I'm going to say add these as well. This is very similar to the style that we created with Claude. It's pretty much the exact same thing actually, and it actually added some images unlike the other one. So I'm going to say add these as well, and also create some testimonials. And by the way, you could literally use AI to create before and afters. So let's say we take this image, paste it in, and I'm going to say remake this as a before photo when it was not remodeled. Keep the same layout, but make it look outdated, right? It's going to generate a before photo, but right now I'm going to do this. And by the way, check this out, connect to CRM. So you can automatically integrate this with the websites in Go High Level. And that's the best part. So now all the leads that fill this out automatically go into the pipeline, right? You can't do that with Claude. With Claude, you'd have to set up Zapier integrations, pay for each Zap. Here, it automatically does it. And I know this site doesn't look the best, but you know, it took 10 seconds. The logo, obviously the background is black, so it's not going to work, but we can fix all those things in just a few hours of work. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this so it can add these images. So I just want to finish up the website and actually make something usable. But I mean, comparing to this, you know, it's not much better. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take some of their images and throw that in as well. I mean, compared to their old website, you know, this is already much better. I don't know if I love this like GTA font style or this like weird boxy font. So I might tell it to make it a little bit more modern style in just a second. But as you can see, this is the remodel. This is insane. This is the before and this is the after. And it looks like the same bathroom, right? They both have the mirror in the same spot, toilet in the same spot. It's the same width. It's literally the same exact door, same light location. Like that is insane. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and paste it in, and I'm going to say, make this side by side before and after cut in half style photo. And I was going to generate that, and this is going to be beautiful. And honestly, I might have to start dialing and trying to sell this to the company. But while I let that load, let's see how it looks in the studio. So it is still loading, so I have to give it a little bit of time, but this looks exactly like Lovable. If you've ever used Lovable before, this is the exact same thing. So as you can see, it generated the before and after photo. Looks perfect, looks like the same exact bathroom. I want it to be kind of split screen, so I'm gonna, instead of side by side, I'm gonna say make this split in half, before on the left side and after on the right side. It should be evenly split down the middle. And as you could see, the high level website is pretty much already loading. It added the image right here. It added an image right here. It added this image right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 10 minutes working on this on my own. And I'm going to cut and I'm going to show you exactly what I created within 10 minutes of work. All right, boys. So I've been playing around. I'm about to show you the website here in just a second. But I do want you to know that if you want to work with me, click the link down below. I also do have a mastermind coming up. It's going to be absolutely insane. We're going to break down the entire business model, not just the websites, but the CRM, the ads, and every single aspect on how we use AI to do 80% of the actual fulfillment and delivery for our clients. And if you do want to get Go High Level, click my link down below as well for an extended trial. But check this out. First of all, this looks amazing compared to the old website. This is the before, this is the after. Before, after, right? So I made this much cleaner, much easier to understand, much easier to convert as well. As you can see, request a free quote. It goes to a separate page, which is an additional step, and it loads really, really slow. And this is all it has. Here, we can actually put in the email address, the zip code as well. And they can also select the specific service. They can lock in the discount that we're offering on the homepage, which you can constantly change. We have this part set up, which does look a little bit like the AI website vibe, but you could easily just change this to however you want it to have. Then we have, you know, the steps. So step 1, step 2, step 3, and it's actually moving as you hover over it. If you scroll down, as you can see, these are the ads we created with Hicksfield. So this is the before, this is the after. Literally doesn't even exist. Same with this one, but this one I tried to cut it down the middle instead of showing both side by side. It's like down the middle, which I think is actually a really cool creative that you could also use for meta ads, which it probably would do very well. And then we have some testimonials right here, and then just another process start to finish, and then another call to action, either call them or claim my discount. So this is really, really good. And now what you can do right here is actually link this to the CRM. I don't know why the button's not showing up right now, but you can link this to the CRM, you can publish, and you have unlimited credits. You can keep doing this. You can make more pages for each individual one. You can make a page if you want. Unlike Claude, where you have to pay for each credit, you also can automatically connect this. So let's say they fill this out, they'll instantly get an automation right here that says new lead coming in. You text them, hey, we got your request. We're going to call you back within the next 5 minutes to give you a price or to learn more about your project. So that's exactly how I would set this up. By the way, if you want to check out the Hicksfield, as you can see, I made a bunch of different variations that look absolutely amazing. Like, this is so crazy that it can combine 2 images and just slice it down the middle perfectly. Like, this genuinely blows my mind. The shower stayed the same, and it like just got everything exactly how it's supposed to be. The only thing is that the reflection from this light is actually showing up on this side, which we could fix with a couple of prompts. Now, the last thing you need to do is sales. And for sales, obviously you need to do outreach. I highly recommend you do either cold calling or cold DMing or cold SMS. And then you can just tell them, hey, I made you a website. And if you do want to spend time for each individual person, make them a website and send them the preview. As you can see, you can just have a preview link that you send them. If you have a personal agency account, Go High Level, you can have unlimited websites. That's what I would do. But you can also just text them first or call them and say, hey, I made you a website. And if they say yes, then you book a second call and pretty much show them on the call. And meanwhile, you can actually make it. But realistically, this is not a sales video. So if you do want to watch my other full breakdown, which is over an hour and a half long, on how to do this from start to finish, how to sign clients, how to hit your first 10K month, how to deliver on ads, how to deliver on more than just the website, the CRM, and all of this stuff, you should absolutely check out my channel for my other videos. Otherwise, if you do want to work with me, click the link down below. Make sure to show up to my mastermind. It's going to be amazing. So much information and so much value is being given away. And last thing, make sure to get that extended Go High Level trial so you can mess around with this before you pay for anything. And otherwise, I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace.